Today I'm doing something a little different. I want to introduce you to two characters who are going to be a part of this channel from now on. Gerri and her brother Phil. I've written a series of short stories about them that teach specific money lessons. This is the second one. It works if you watch it with your child. It also works if you tell them about it and then let them watch it themselves. It's called Gerri's Big Decision. Gerri had $37 in her save jar. She knew this because she'd counted it 3 times that morning. And now she stood in the middle of the market staring at 2 things she wanted more than she ever wanted anything. The first was a new sketchbook. Thick, cream-colored pages, the kind that made your pencil feel like it was flying. $12. She'd been drawing on the backs of old homework sheets for 2 months. The second was a pair of roller skates, green with white wheels.
Wow, they're perfect! I can't wait to try them!
Sitting in a display case like they were waiting specifically for her. $25. She'd been asking for skates since last winter.
So good.
You're getting it everywhere!
But it's so yummy. You're a mess.
Phil appeared beside her, eating a chocolate bar he'd spent his entire save jar on. "Just get both," he said, through a mouthful of caramel. "You've got enough." Well, Gerri did the maths. 37 minus 12
Yes, I got it!
minus
Whoa.
25 was 0. Exactly 0. "But I've been saving this for Mum's birthday present," she said. And the birthday was in 3 weeks. She had promised herself she'd save enough to buy the blue scarf that Mum had pointed out in the shop window. That would cost around $15. Phil shrugged. "That's ages away." He took another bite. The chocolate bar was already half gone. Gerri looked at the sketchbook. She looked at the skates. She looked at her save jar, which was, of course, back at home, but she could see it clearly in her mind.
I need the book, but I really want those skates. But the jar's for Mom's birthday. I just can't decide.
She thought about what she'd feel like on the way home with the skates. Oh, that would feel brilliant, and she knew it would. She also thought about what she'd feel like in 3 weeks, standing in front of her mum with nothing to give. That would feel terrible. She knew that too. Want, need. Want, need. Was the sketchbook a need? She'd been drawing anyway, so no, not exactly. Was it a want? Obviously, yes. Were the skates a need? She'd been getting around fine without them. No, a want. And what about Mum's birthday scarf? Was that a want or a need? Gerri thought about this for a long moment. It wasn't something Mum needed to survive, but it was something Gerri had promised. And she'd realized, standing in that market, that keeping a promise was the closest thing she knew to a need. She bought the sketchbook, $12, not the skates. Phil looked at her like she'd made the worst decision of her life. "You could have had the skates and the book," he said. "I know," said Gerri, "but I'll still have $18 left for Mum, and I'll have the sketchbook for drawing until then." And Phil thought about this. His chocolate bar was gone now. He looked at his empty hand. He had no money left and nothing to show for it.
I spent it all. And for what?
Next time, use the spend jar for things like that.
"Next time," Gerri said kindly, "use the spend jar for things like that." She didn't say, "I told you so." She didn't need to. Phil already knew. In that story, Gerri did something really sophisticated. She sorted her options not just by want versus need, but by what she'd committed to. And that's the lesson. Wants and needs are not always obvious. Sometimes a want you've promised someone becomes something closer to a need. That's value-based spending. And it's one of the highest financial skills there is. This week, after your child receives any money and wants to spend it, ask them one question. Is this a want or a need? Don't answer for them. Don't steer them. Just ask and listen. What they say will tell you a great deal about where they are right now and where you can take them next. Till next time.